Over the last few years, we have seen a fascinating shift in NFTs and video games, whether it's owning a digital plot of land, a weapon, or a skin, and also companies like Square Enix or Ubisoft saying they're going to be heavily investing into an NFT future in their video games. So, what are NFTs? How are they currently being used in video games, and what are the most predatory examples of some of these? I'm Lucas with Thanks for Playing. Let's get into it. NFT-based games represent a unique and revolutionary intersection of gaming and blockchain technology, where the unique assets players acquire and interact with in games are encapsulated as non-fungible tokens, or digital assets. And on top of this, these games also prove to be quite profitable. Drawing on data from a 2023 report by 360 Market Updates, the worldwide market for play-to-earn NFT games was appraised for $3.3 million in 2023, which is not a lot. But what they're forecasting is a substantial growth trajectory for the sector, with expectations for the market to expand to 8.8 million by 2030. Now, an NFT is distinct in its non-fungibility. It's a digital token on a blockchain that represents a unique item or assets. Unlike cryptocurrency like Bitcoin, where one unit is interchangeable with another, each NFT has a unique identity and cannot be exchanged on a like-for-like basis. These games that we're going to be talking about today utilize NFTs within their core mechanics, their core rules, or player interactions. For instance, a character or avatar in an NFT game could itself be an NFT, or maybe the gear they're wearing, or the mount that they're riding, offering a unique identity within the game world. Now, for some, this deepens the gaming experience, while also introducing a layer of economic interaction, with the play-to-earn model, which we're going to be talking about here in a minute, enabling players to gain real-world value for their in-game achievements. For example, an NFT-based card game called Gods Unchained provides players with initial NFTs at no cost, allowing them to start playing and potentially earning more valuable NFTs over time. This model democratizes access to the game while managing to introduce players to the marketplace gradually over time. And what's interesting is several major players in the gaming industry are now exploring this new frontier very publicly, with companies like Ubisoft, Sega, Nexon, and EA, and Square Enix publicly saying that they are doubling down on the technology of investing in NFT and blockchain technology. They all say that they'll be developing games and digital spaces that will leverage these emerging innovations. These studios are venturing beyond traditional gaming formats, creating everything from PC shooters, mobile games, to multiplayer experiences in this expansive metaverse NFT crypto setting. Now let's talk predatory practices in NFT gaming. That's why you guys are here. That's probably why you clicked on the video. And when it comes to NFT-based games, certain titles have come under immense scrutiny for practices that people may consider predatory, exploiting players' desire to compete and excel by encouraging continuous spending. Now, Evolved Apes is a collection of over 10,000 unique NFT apes that are actually for sale on the marketplace OpenSeas, and each one of them was meant to be a character in this fighting game, Evolved Apes, where all these owners would actually have their apes fight against each other for Ethereum, cryptocurrency, and other NFT rewards. As we were getting closer to the launch, and a little bit after the Evolved Apes game went live, the head of the project actually vanished, taking with them a wallet of 798 Ether, equal to about $2.7 million USD. Now, it goes without saying, the investors and all the people buying these NFTs were very, very upset, going publicly on Twitter and in Discord servers. And unfortunately for them, this becomes a little bit of a gray area when it comes to the pursuing of criminal charges. In an email sent to PC Gamer, quote, "At the end of the day, any promises of a game or other development fall out of the scope of your purchase of this NFT. Quote, people are trying to file police reports, but the problem is that this is unknown turf, and while completely unethical and totally a scam, it's not technically illegal. Everyone sort of got what they paid for." Another case that we need to take a look at is the game Axie Infinity, which, despite its success in the past, has faced immense criticism for creating an economic model that potentially resembles a pyramid scheme in practice. Looking a little bit more closely, players invest in purchasing Axies, which are essentially Pokemon or Digimon, essentially pocket monsters. which they use to battle and earn rewards. You could also buy land and accessories and even land accessories. The game's reliance on continuous new player investment is its key to sustaining its economy, but this raised questions about its long-term viability and fairness, especially after significant drops in player earnings following an initial market saturation. Now, Axie Infinity is a pretty unique example, actually very interesting, very, very popular game that we may not have heard of here in America. Really big in emerging markets such as Venezuela or the Philippines. And this game is essentially a marketplace where you can buy, think of it like Pokemon that you could buy and trade and breed and things like that. And what ended up happening was that the barrier to entry for this game became so high that getting your first few starters was about $1,100, maybe a little bit more. Now, in order to combat this, the emergence of guilds came around, which actually allowed people to onboard into the game and also get a split with the guild leaders in order to move forward within the progress of the game. So what we ended up seeing is a free marketplace that ended up developing a model that resembles real life, where people with the money are able to find people without the money and have them invest into their own guild, basically having a little miniature company. But completely unregulated free market capitalism is not always the best place to go, because the people that were at the bottom of the totem pole didn't see as much gains as they should have, and of course the people at the top make tremendous gains. If you look on the Axie website for their marketplace, you will even see that there is some crazy market movement even now. And if you look at the marketplace right now as well, you can see that there's Axies out there that are selling for upwards of $310. There's also the CryptoZoo project, which was spearheaded by influencer Logan Paul, who we all know and love. CryptoZoo had attracted considerable controversy and claims of fraud, especially after an investigation by YouTube's CoffeeZilla said that it was a scam after uncovering alleged deceptive practices being implemented.
I lost around $15,000.
I lost $25,000.
$120,000.
The backlash from the gaming community and investor community was profound, prompting Paul to pledge $1.8 million from his funds for investor reimbursement, a gesture aimed at mitigating the fallout and restoring trust. Despite this, delays in reports emerged as investors have yet to receive the promised funds, further tarnishing the project's reputation and Logan Paul's credibility, of course. The backlash from the gaming community over such practices has been steady since the inception of NFT gaming, with players and critics alike raising potential concerns about the ethical implications of these monetization models. They argue that these games prioritize profit over player experience, exploiting the allure of earning real money and the novelty of NFTs to encourage continuous financial investment in their marketplaces. These controversies have sparked a broader debate on the need for more robust consumer protection and ethical standards in the design and operation of NFT-based games. Let's jump over to key industry lessons and insights. The discourse surrounding NFT-based games is rich with varied perspectives, especially from those at the helm of the gaming industry. Leaders like Yusuke Matsuda, president of Square Enix, has been vocal about their bullish stance on NFTs and blockchain in gaming. But Suda envisions a future where NFTs play a pivotal role in offering, quote, new experiences and excitement to players, suggesting that these technologies could redefine user engagement and monetization in games. Conversely, some critics within the industry argue that the incorporation of NFTs might detract from the core gaming experience, turning attention towards profit rather than player satisfaction. Some gamers and critics express the concern over the potential for NFTs to exacerbate predatory monetization practices, calling it hyper-monetization, fearing a future where games are designed more for financial exploitation than entertainment and escapism. Despite the criticisms, many within the industry defend NFT-based games, highlighting the potential for creating more immersive and personalized gaming experiences. For instance, EngineCoin, or ENJ, a prominent player in the blockchain gaming sector, saw a price movement from $0.331966, marking a 3.25% change. The token is integral to the greater Engine ecosystem, which provides a platform for creating and managing virtual goods across numerous online games. Companies like Yuga Labs, the creator of the Bored Ape Yacht Club, have encountered their own respective challenges as they expand into new ventures like NFT games. Yuga Labs CEO Daniel Allegre admitted to, quote, facing difficulties with their game development overall, particularly in the HVMTL Forge project. While Dookie Dash is a fun game and experience, we have fallen well short of the expectations with Forge. These situations help illustrate the complexities and hurdles even successful companies face when venturing into the innovative yet unpredictable world of NFT gaming. Growing ethical considerations and possible solutions. The trajectory of NFT games continues to remain a topic of vigorous debate among many in the gaming industry. While some view them as a fleeting trend amplified by the novelty of the blockchain technology, others see them as an integral part of gaming's future. The key may lie in how these games evolve to balance profitability with player satisfaction and enjoyment, and against potential ethical considerations. Sustainable and player-friendly NFT games would require transparent mechanisms that allow players to genuinely understand the value and rarity of their purchases. For example, look at Zcash, a privacy-focused cryptocurrency that has rapidly risen in value, jumping by as much as 30% in a single week. Zcash offers enhanced privacy for its users through shielded transactions, and incorporating these privacy-focused features into NFT gaming could significantly enhance user trust and security. This type of integration may help attract a broader audience to the space by offering players and investors discrete transactions and ownership while setting a new standard for privacy in the gaming industry. Thought leaders in the industry propose that for NFT games to be a part of gaming's sustainable future, developers must first prioritize transparency, fairness, and player agency to ensure that games continue to remain enjoyable and engaging without coercing players into endless spending. So there you have it, some recent examples of some NFT-based games that are a little bit predatory. Now, me personally, I do think that NFTs, unfortunately, are going to find their space in the gaming world in the next few years, probably within the next decade, especially since we have massive studios and publishers like Square Enix or EA or Ubisoft really saying that they're heavily investing into this future. And I think that a lot of the examples that we've shown in this video are such early examples of the technology. I think people just haven't figured out how to find that sweet spot of, predatoriness and profitability. I think we're so far in the beginning of it that it just ends up looking very, very predatory. And for anybody watching this video, if you think that there is a world where we can see NFTs integrated into these games, well, I'm not quite sure what that looks like. Maybe it's a play-to-earn model where high-achieving, World of Warcraft players or COD players get special NFTs or non-fungible skins or mounts or something like that that they can trade onto a marketplace or collect in a wallet. Hey, maybe it does end up looking like that. But what comes with that is inherent inequality within the digital space, bringing the bad things about the world into our safe spaces in video games. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of it because I do like my digital spaces to sort of be their own thing. I know that real-world trading and inequality in video games has become a huge thing in the last 10 years, especially with loot boxes and skins and pay-to-win models. But I think we're at a little bit of a sweet spot right now, and if NFTs really, really take over and a lot of these big publishers start really figuring out how to integrate them, we could see it go off the rails a little bit. But what do you think? Leave us a comment below about what you think of NFTs in gaming and whether you think that they could really, really make it in the marketplace in the coming years. This has been Lucas with Thanks for Playing. Catch you next time.